Are we on? Shoot. Hold on. 1 second. Hey everybody, welcome to the Edges Facebook's page #1 show at this particular time. 3 to 5 things we didn't have time to talk about today. I'm your host, Fred Kennedy, and I would like to thank our wonderful sponsor, Corey's Clothiers, 569 Danforth Avenue. See these shorts? I bought them at Corey's Clothiers, 34 Heritage. They're very stretchy. I think I got this book. Does it look like I stained them? Does it look stained?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm a filthy animal. Up first today, Toronto is on the verge of getting backyard chickens. Do we have the chicken picture up?
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Look at that chicken. Doesn't he look so sassy and cool with his neat little sombrero? Now, here's the thing. It's not legal right now to raise backyard chickens here in Toronto, but several councillors are trying to amend a specific regulation which could make it legal for people to have backyard chickens within the next coming months. That means next spring, people's backyards in the city of Toronto could have chickens. Now here's the thing. Toronto, great place, think it's really cool, and I love the idea that people want to have chickens, but Toronto doesn't feel like chicken country. And here's the issue that I have with it. I think it's great. I think people raising their own crops and things like that is a good thing. But I don't think people understand how stinky and dirty and loud and terrible chickens really are. I have a feeling you're going to have a lot of hipsters that are going to want to get a lot of chickens right away. And they're going to be like, oh man, I got chickens, so cool. And what you're going to see? Lots of chicken snaps. You're going to see chicken snaps all the time. Chicken snaps, chicken Instagrams, people posting things, yada, yada, yada. They'll show the picture of their one egg. And then after about 5-6 months, you're going to see a lot of chickens being dropped off at the SPA because people are going to realize how much work a chicken is. Chickens are a lot of work, man. You got to build a coop. You got to clean it up because you don't just leave the chicken to crap all over the place. It's going to stink. Chickens are work. They really are. I love the enthusiasm, and I bet there's a lot of people that are going to follow through with it. But I really think that you can't just open the floodgates to chicken ownership. There should be a course. There should be a course to own a chicken. Do you know what I mean? It's a living creature. It's a horrible descendant of the dinosaurs that we like to eat, that are also delicious and make eggs to eat. But at the same time, it's a lot of work. You should have to take a course. You should have to take a course to get any pet, to be honest with you. I don't want anybody doing the, well, you're always all for bees. I am all for bees. Beekeeping isn't nearly as much work as chicken farming, and bees aren't nearly as loud. Bees make delicious, sweet, delicious honey that you can put all over things. Honey never goes bad. Honey lasts forever. Unpasteurized honey is filled with medicinal properties. You got a sore throat? Have some unpasteurized honey in there. Boom. Put that on your throat. It'll make it feel better. Bees are great. We need bees to fertilize plants so that we can continue to eat. I'm a much bigger fan of urban beekeeping than urban chicken keeping. When is the last time a bee woke you up? You can't even remember a time a bee woke you up. Exactly. Chickens wake people up all the time. They're horrible little deviants, but they taste fantastic. Japan! No one in Japan is having sexual relations. Listen to this. 65% of people under the age of 35 and over the age of 18 aren't even in a relationship. That's right. Why are people not in relationships in Japan? Well, because Japanese people work really hard. That was supposed to be a Japanese person to sleep at their desk, which is clearly a white person, clearly culturally appropriating the Japanese custom of working so hard you fall asleep at your desk. And here's the thing. That's a legit thing. If you fall asleep at work, it's considered a good thing in Japan because that's an indication that you've been working so hard you fell asleep. And I got my wife's cousins, they lived in Japan for a long time, so they got loads of stories about what Japan is like, how it really is versus the way people think about it. And the thing about people working 16, 17 hour long days is 100% true. That's just the way it is over there. And if you don't work those hours, you're not going to get a job. So that's why nobody has time for a relationship. Also, most Japanese men that are single have been asked, well, why aren't you in a relationship? And they say that talking to women is scary. They're afraid to talk to women. And I can kind of empathize. I don't know what it's like in Japan, but I am so glad that I'm married and in a committed relationship and I don't get through the awkward phase of dating. To me, the new age of dating is frightening and terrifying. I'd be terrified to talk to a woman in public. I would be. Because I have a problem of saying words that come into my head. And I would get myself in trouble immediately because a lot of people that do that are creepers and weird. I'm not a creepy guy. I'm just an idiot is the problem. Gone are the days of being the hapless buffoon. The hapless buffoon has been replaced by the creepy guy in public. Remember the song Whitney Houston, Don't You Want to Dance, Don't You Want to Dance? Now it's Stay the Hell Away, Stay the Hell Away. That's what it is now. I can't live in that world. I'm frightened of women. I'm afraid everything I say could get me in trouble. You guys are scary, man. You're frightening. So you know what guys in Japan do instead? They go home. That is literally a guy J-O-ing to porn. That's literally what that guy... That is the most gratuitous photo I've ever seen on this thing that we do. Great work, Alex. That's really good work. You literally found a guy J-O-ing.
That's what you asked for.
So that's what guys are doing in Japan. All the soldiers are getting lost on the beach, man. They're not getting in there. They're not making it in to the promised land. They're dying in Kleenexes and socks. Preferably socks, because it's better for the environment. All that Kleenex going to waste, it's terrible. But yes, guys in Japan are just J-O-ing. That's what I would do if I was single now, too. I don't have the tolerance and the brain power to date anymore. I'm married. I will never cheat on my wife because it's like I will fail at life. I'd be dead. I'd die. I'd be this guy. Except I wouldn't be as, like, this guy's got some muscle definition. He's attractive at least. Me, I'm floppy and gross. I got a layer of insulation. No one wants to see that all jiggling around. It's not good. Let's move along here. Okay. All right. A wonderful young lady. And when I say young, I'm actually lying because she turned 100 years old. She's from the States. Her name is Florence Bierce, and she credits her long life to drinking a glass of wine every single day of the week. Garbage. Do you know how I heard about this story? Because some of my wife's friends were like posting it on their Facebook page and going, "Amen, sister. I like to drink wine too." Ooh. And then it's followed by like a friggin' Minions meme. Like, yeah, I like to eat cupcakes. Minions. You know what drives me crazy about this is every other week there's one study that says wine will kill you and then a study that says wine is the best. None of these people are reposting guess I'm dying. No one's doing that. But they're all posting, I'm going to live forever. I'm drinking wine. It's confirmation bias, man. Everybody, like, look, that's my wife's friends. That's them. That's them right there. Like, aren't we bitches? So let's talk about the confirmation bias. The confirmation bias is where you only look for news and information that supports your pre-existing opinions on things, all right? So when anybody who likes wine sees that study, they're obviously going to be like, oh my God, it's the truth. It's the truth. Oh, drinking wine makes you live forever. It's the same with anything. If you're a left-wing person and somebody posts some left-wing slanted news article, you're like, exactly. Or they go, this, all in caps, and then they post the story. Ugh. And it's the same if you're right-wing. You do the exact same thing. There is no difference. Everybody's like, well, see, I found a news article that says all of my opinions are exactly correct. Half of your opinions are wrong. I don't give a shit who you are. Half of everything you say is wrong. Even me. Prove me wrong. Go ahead. I don't care. That's the thing. Like, next thing you know, there's going to be you turned 100 years old. How'd you live so long? Well, the key to living so long is having sex with horses every day. I had sex with a horse every day and I'm 100. Clearly I'm right. Or maybe it was just your genetics, dipshit. Maybe that was the issue. Let's move along. I was hoping for more of a redneck-looking guy kissing a horse, to be honest. Like, I was hoping for a picture of a guy that you would believe actually had sex with a horse.
Yeah, but who do you think is having sex with horses? Rednecks or, like, British people with all their...
That's true.
That could be a British guy having sex. And that's the thing. Do you think that a horse would enjoy having sex with a British person more with all their goofy teeth? because they got like horse teeth. Was that bad? That wasn't bad. I was making a joke about the British royal family. What?
Prince Harry went to a candy factory, and instead of wearing a regular hairnet, he wore a fedora hairnet.
Prince Harry went to a candy factory and wore a fedora hairnet. That has nothing to do with British people having sex with horses, Madison. Moving along. Oh, yeah. Smoking. People are smoking in movies more. There are more instances of people smoking in movies that are successful than there have been in the last decade. For the last 50 years, the numbers have been declining of smoking characters in movies because people aren't smoking as much as they used to. But over the last few years, it's dramatically increased. And you want to know why? Mad Men. Mad Men made smoking cool again. I think smoking numbers are going to go up because of the show Mad Men. Like, look at that. You got Betty Draper. What was the daughter's name again? I forgot what the daughter's name again. She walked in on her dad having sex with another woman. That was a messed up show, wasn't it? Look, the mom and the daughter's in like junior high. They're just driving down the road having a smoke. Everyone's smoking in that show. The mom's smoking while pregnant, getting a daughter to make her a mixed drink. Then she's drinking it. And everyone's like, oh, glad that doesn't happen anymore. Why? That's the way it was. I think we need more things like that. We need more instances like that of like a difficulty to keeping us from living longer lives. There's too many people. There's too many people. You gotta take the warning labels off of everything. You know, it's funny because like they're so anti-smoking now. They like when I was a kid. Do you remember chocolate cigarettes? Literal chocolate sticks wrapped with paper to look like cigarettes. And I was a dummy. I thought you had to eat the chocolate with the paper on it. I thought that added to the flavor of the chocolate. You're supposed to take the paper off. You can't even do that. Now you can't even get fake Popeye cigarettes. You can't get licorice pipes. You can't get any of that stuff. It's all gone. It's all political correct garbage is what it is. Jalissa! What are you apologizing for? You're here. We're having a good time. Everybody's happy. Chocolate cigarettes. I forgot where I was. I got all excited about Jalissa being here. Listen. Sorry, hold on. Other story. Last story. Bill Gates! Let's get to Bill Gates, okay? Bill Gates is a genius. He's the richest man in the world, and he's the richest man in the world because he believed in his ideas with Microsoft when he started. Also, he's a visionary. A visionary. And I don't want to get into the whole, you're praising him because he's a man. No, women can be visionaries too. It's just that in the computer field, we haven't seen as many women because there have been pre-existing stigmas of women being involved in computers. On the television show F is for Family, they really deal with that issue in the second season. When the daughter is very smart and is really obsessed with computers and there's a hesitance of her family to let her get involved because they feel that's a man's thing. I think we need more women in the STEM fields, especially in the technical trades, things like computer sciences. We need more. Done. Said my piece. Let's move on. Bill Gates, great guy. 1999. In 1999, Bill Gates made a series of predictions over the course of his blog. This is like the beginnings of the internet. Amongst these predictions, all of them have been deemed correct. And when I say all of them, I mean 15 out of 17. 15 out of 17 of his predictions have been proved correct. He talked about security cameras being in houses, you being able to monitor them from your phone, from your computer, the internet being everywhere. He also talked about social media and the rise of social media. He talked about shopping online, about how the internet within 20 years was going to be dominant in terms of all our forms of communication. Bill Gates said it. And this is what's frustrating to me. Look, we got scientists here. You couldn't find a picture of a woman scientist after I did my big rant about the women in STEM field.
It's okay. I'm a woman.
It's
so
okay.
It's fine.
Alex is a woman. This was what we had in stock photography. I don't know what this guy is doing. Oh, science. Why do we find it so difficult to listen to scientists? Why do we not want to listen to anything that they have to say?
Because they're nerds.
They're nerds. I think it goes back to the confirmation bias thing because nerds and scientists don't tell us what we want to hear. They tell us what the data says. And that's the thing. Sometimes data and statistics and surveys and information tells you things you don't want to believe. Goes back to the confirmation bias. You know who understood that? This idiot. This idiot came along and basically told all the dumb white Americans that because they're white, the world is falling apart and everything's going to get horrible for them unless they vote for him because he's going to stand up for everything they believe. And they believed it because he was the guy telling them what they wanted to hear. And I'm not saying that the left doesn't do that either. The left does that all the time. There's all kinds of times where the left will skew information just to make it look like their political ideals are 100% correct. That's the problem with the truth, is it's not left and it's not right. It's just the truth. Bill Gates was making predictions that weren't affiliated with any type of political leaning. They were just science, based upon science. Things he knew that were going to happen. Nobody listened to him. Nobody believed him. I think we need more scientists in charge of things than idiots like this jackhat. Look at him. Doesn't take science to realize your hair's going to blow up in the wind, numbnuts. By the way, let's go back to the chicken hipster picture. Let's go back there to that. There we go. Look at that. I love that picture. That's our caption contest picture. I want you to get a good caption for the chicken hipsters. What should the theme of the contest be? What song are they listening to? Is that good? What song are these guys listening to while walking down the street? That was a music video for a song. What song would it be? We're going to get that up at the Edge's Facebook page. Best caption wins tickets to see Dunkirk, okay? The new movie from Christopher Nolan. Harry Styles is in it. It's sad that Harry Styles is the only actor I know that's in it. I only know that because my wife is a big One Direction fan. Harry Styles, do you think he's going to come on your show for the movie Dunkirk? No, don't think so. Probably not. But if he does, I'll